What's going on, YouTube family? It's your boy Rodney Magwood, Big Magwood. I'm trying to get the little Magwood, but we gonna keep on scribing on that. Big Magwood at you, man. It's been a while. I hope everybody's safe in this COVID weather and everything, and everybody taking care of themselves and staying safe and doing the things they need to do to make sure that you don't spread this disease amongst everybody. But you know, I just came to y'all. It's been a while. It's been a good little minute, and I just want to touch in with y'all. You know, I had something I said, haven't done this in so long, and I'm just seeing a lot of things. As you can see, the shop is kind of empty. I just got out of here. Everything else is kind of like in between shop space. You know how that goes. It's that time of season. But today, I really want to talk to y'all about paint jobs. Paint jobs. What constitutes a good paint job? Okay, I'm gonna wing it here a little bit. I haven't taken no notes, and I just want to say, because I talk to my homeboys about it all the time. You know, paint jobs are like diamonds. You know, you look at diamonds, you say everybody like the VVS's and all that. And it's about that clarity. It's about that clearness. It's about that having them good cuts where they're like the better the cut, the shinier the diamonds is. See, like my good buddy of mine, Elliot Bonds, tell me, say, the finish is in the start. If your body work has to be top notch A1. If you don't start off with good body work, I'm sorry, you dead. It's not gonna come out like you think you are, like you think it's gonna be. You're wishing on a star, you know. The big thing with a paint job is most definitely the blocking, getting all the dents and getting it smooth, the blocking process, letting that primer get a little time to shrink and so when you spray, you don't have to worry about shrinkage, you know, and that's something people don't really think about. You want these paint jobs in 2 weeks, and they got like chemicals and hardeners and stuff like that. But me personally, I feel like a good paint job should last no longer. I mean, 2 months, I think 2 months is a good time. 3 months, taking your time, making sure all the chemicals and everything have a chance to rest. And then when you lay that paint, you're giving that re-clearing and wet sanding and re-clearing. But you know, that kind of stuff is important. That the blocking, getting it straight, that is very important. That's like the number one aspect. Now, the part that the painter have to understand is getting that sucker, the tones right, getting it where the fenders and the doors, like, don't mind Adelie, because she just, you know, this is patina kind of like truck. But the fender, the doors, and the bed or the body or the quarter panels or whatever, make sure they one tone. See, that's the thing a lot of people miss is car, if you paint it in sections or you don't have a good painter that's aware, he'll have the bed looking like the door, but the door and the body and the fenders are one color. And me and my buddy Bonds always say, well, which color you like? What color you like? You got 2 or 3 different colors going on. See, but that's on the painter. And that comes from, like I told you in other videos, paying attention to these shops, looking at these products, understand that, you know, you get what you pay for, and most definitely you gotta realize the limitation of the painter and your expectations. See, a lot of times people have high expectations and the money is not there. And sometimes it's just good to wait. All right, you got X amount of dollars and you can get a paint job, but you're wishing on a big paint job. You want this nice, immaculate, shiny, clear, non-blotchy. We're gonna get on that. Non-blotchy situation, and you got like minimal dollars, you know, like you have to come to the reality that, okay, you got some guys could do fairly decent jobs on a budget, and then you got some people just gonna, you know, scuff, shoot and buff and get you on out of there, and then you might be good for a season or 2, but then you got all these issues, the paint turning, you always gotta get it polished, you always touching on the paint, you always doing something to it to make it look better. But most definitely, man, you got to pay attention to these shops. You got to know what you're looking at because, you know, especially on the internet age, we get the camera will show you shiny and we are attracted to shiny. We love shiny. It looks good. It's like, oh my God, it's so wet. It's so wet. It's so beautiful. But then when you get there and you really see it, then you realize, okay, this is not what I thought it was exactly. You'll see if that body work bad and you seeing shadows in that body work and everything, that wetness goes out the door. Blotchy paint, it goes out the door. And then the thing is, and I think the misconception what a lot of people need to understand is, it comes out the paint, it's supposed to be wet. I want super wet. I mean, like, it come wet. I think that's the joke. That's the big joke that these shops, these painters really like, it's wet. Look at it, it's wet. All that wet, it's wet, it's wet. Yeah, it's gonna be wet. Yeah, it's supposed to be. You just, I mean, I don't see no reason. Okay, let's talk about, is it straight? Let's talk about, is the body work done? Is it, you know, you look on the hood, is it lumpy dumpy? You follow it, I tell you, this, you know, it's secrets to paying attention to what's going on, you know, because, you know, people only gonna give you what they think they could get away with. See, when you know your stuff, they can't get away with it. You know, you seeing the paint coming in and out, especially the guys. I personally not a candy guy. I'm not a big candy guy, even though it looked good and everything, but I'm just, me personally, I think a good painter, I think a base coat, clear coat, a good wet sand and re-clear, I think it'll give you everything that you need. But that's just me. That's my taste and my preference. Candy paint job is a whole different thing. See, people think the base is just the base and the candy is the clear. Now that's, you know, candy is very translucent. So it gives you that beautiful look. But if you don't know how to run, if your painter don't know how to run the course of that car and keep them tones easy, it's going to be blotchy. And if you pay attention, you just know what you're looking at, you can see where along the door line, different colors, you know, you can see where the guy has, or a woman, hasn't done all their due diligence or really know what they're doing with the chemicals. So it's gonna come out, you know, you have shadows, especially with a candy. If you can't shoot a candy without good body work. I mean, if you're not a good body man, you just need to stay away from the candy. If you can't get that thing straight, it's gonna show. And that's what you see. The little shadows, you see little stuff going on in there. The candy is ticky now, and then also the durability of the candy. That's what I like about personally with the base coat, clear coat situation is they're a little bit more durable. Like the candy, you know, you start going in that sun, you start baking on it, you got the engine heating everything up, and that candy. Now you got some candy painters like they guarantee you. I know a guy in Texas, I think he got a good warranty on candies and stuff like that, you know. But a lot of times, if you really trying to be in there for the long haul of a car, I would say base coat, clear coat, good paint, good clear, and just everybody and your painter doing the steps properly. That's the thing. You start how you finish, you know. And now you say, man, I could get my car in 2 weeks. I wouldn't really. Me personally, I wouldn't trust that. 2 weeks. I mean, yeah, it can be done. It can be done. But then you start moving around with the car, you start doing stuff, and then you start seeing where that Bondo and stuff hasn't really adhered, and it start reacting a little bit, especially if you had heavy body work. Because, you know, you got guys, they can mud these things up and make them look straight, make them look good, but then you get down the road, you start having a reaction, and then you're having bubbling, you're having issues where the chemicals is trying to come through that paint. So you got to realize what you're getting yourself into. Yeah, man, it was my first video in a while. I just wanted to hit y'all up with that because I see we in that. It's building season, it's wet paint season, it's everybody getting their thing. Even in this COVID weather, everybody trying to get themselves together, and that's cool. But I just want to let you know what you need to be looking at when you're dealing with these paint jobs, and so you can know, okay, hey man, this is not right. See, because we like shiny things, you know. Some of us we wanted the gleam, we want the glare. But then when you see around a real painter, and you see nobody really giving that, giving you props where you need to be, because it's certain things that you're not seeing that's there, and you want to most definitely be in a situation where your car is straight. And it take a little longer, a little couple more dollars. See, and I'm like that. I'd rather pay for the base coat, clear coat with extreme attention to body work than to have a expensive candy paint job with this awesome, crazy color that's not right. Oh yeah, the color is a hit, but the body work is not right. Then you start seeing things. It's just like any other thing, because you can pick all this stuff apart. But you most definitely want to be in a situation where when you take that thing home, when you take that vehicle home, you know exactly what you're looking at. And it's done by man, so you're going to see some imperfections. And that just, they come from the factory, not perfect. And that's cool. But you need to most definitely be on point with what you're looking at and what you're paying for. That's it. That's my rant, man. Shoot, how you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, man. We here. I'm back. I'm gonna start kind of like issuing out more videos and stuff, and getting this page a little bit more active. Cause I just kind of like been in my world and getting myself together. You know how I like this. But get at me. You hit me on social media, Chevy Kings, Chevy King _ on Instagram. You can catch me at Rodney Magwood on Facebook, and then I do have a Chevy Kings Facebook page where I just post all the time. I want the people in the group to get a little bit more active, but it's all good. But I just post all the time. I don't know. The car people, I just like, that's my thing. But look, y'all take care of yourself. Be easy in this COVID weather, and just be easy and stay out the way.